and welcome to Silicon Valley Nonprofits. I'm Bev Lenahan, your host for today. This is a wonderful series done by KMVT Community Television. Today it is our privilege and honor to have with us members of JW House. And I'd like to introduce Anne-Marie, I'm going to say it again, Knapen, Asnong.
Perfect.
Who is a board member and very close to JW and JW House. So welcome, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. So let's start out and talk a little bit about JW. What JW House we know is a well-respected respite home for families with medical crisis. But who is JW and where did his passion come for JW House?
JW is my son, so I know him pretty well. His passion came, well, I think I have to go back in time. I think when he was born, with a certain feel for people, compassion for people, he saw that at home because, for instance, his grandpa was the director of a convalescent hospital.
Oh,
and he did his job with his heart, wholeheartedly, and JW saw that. Then when he was 4, JW became sick with leukemia. And although he was very young, he realized how important it was when people take care not just of you, but also of your family.
yes, the whole family.
Of the whole family, yes. My parents were pretty good at doing that, and the rest of the family as well. And so even at a young age, for instance, when he was 5, he was still, on chemo and everything. And there was, on television, there was a program and they asked for people to entertain kids who were very sick. It was a Make-A-Wish thing.
Yes.
And he said, "Oh, Mom, I want you to call them. I want to help people who are sick, kids who are sick."
And even at this time, he had leukemia.
Yeah, he was sick.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
So it was sweet, right?
Yes, sir, very sweet.
We did call and he did something. So that was nice. And so in Belgium, he would do something for his oncologist. He wanted to help, to give back. And then when he was 14 and we lived here in the United States, he got sick again with brain cancer. And he saw how the churches, the schools, the neighbors gathered and helped us because we didn't have any family here. But how his sisters and brother could live a relatively normal life. Life went on, how everybody was nice to him, and he wanted to give back too. And
so what I know is JW House became a reality, and
it did.
It was a tremendous success in terms of raising the money, and he had a lot to do with that, didn't he? He was very personally involved in putting out the plea and the vision, really, of how important JW House was. Why do you think the fundraising was so successful?
I think because he believed in it. That was one.
Passion.
Passion. I also think it was a way for other people to help, because people want to help.
They do.
And that was a way they could do something that made him happy. Oh, I can't tell you how excited he got when the first checks came in and fundraisers were sent up. Also the very small ones, kids that had a lemonade stand and brought in $20 made him as happy as somebody who wrote a check for $1,000, for instance.
He knew what it meant to them personally.
Yes.
Sure, and that every day his dream became a little more clear and a little more real, right?
And I think he loved people loved him, and
yes,
it was contagious.
It does get to be contagious when that happens. Well, tell us about JW House today. Who are you serving, and where is it? Just give us a little background.
It's on Kaiser Hospital grounds. It's not in Santa Clara. Correct. We are not Kaiser, we are a separate nonprofit, but we are very close to their hospital because that was the hospital where JW was treated. And what do? We do partially what JW really had in mind, help families who have somebody in the hospital to have a stay overnight, but also come to us for day use, for a dinner, gathering, taking a shower, you know, these little things.
These basics that are so helpful.
Those basics in an environment that doesn't feel like a hospital at all.
It's a beautiful home. I've seen it.
That's what he said. It has to feel like a home, not like a hospital.
So in wrapping up, tell us, Anne-Marie, what does this actualization, this house, mean to you personally, that it's JW House?
Personally, for once, it means it's something I promised him. So I kept my promise. I'm still there volunteering. I'm on the board. So that I see all the good things that happen. You know, when you turn on television or radio, you hear all these horrible things about a shooting here, a war there. It's usually negative. And when you walk into JW House, although there are very sad stories going on because people are sick, family members are sick, you see so many volunteers. You see our staff who not just work there, but work there with a passion. You see our board members who put in so many hours.
I can read it on your face. It makes you very happy. Thank you so much for being with us today, and all good fortune at JW House.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.